Hello ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back to Planet Crafters with myself, Oswald Lyric Vividar. This is episode 3, the Iridium Mine. So we're going to continue on with where we left off from last time. So we just updated our oxygen tanks, our heaters and our pressure, added a beacon, and just unlock some new items along the way. So what we're going to do, we're going to continue off. We're going to try and put everything away that we just got. So if I just link this here a second, just put all these items away a second. Don't seem to have a water bottle on me. I'll take one of them. And I don't have anywhere to store the food, so just put that in there. I'm not going to unlock any items as of yet. What we'll do that further down the line. What I'm really looking for is getting this extra locker open, so I need 2 extra iron for the locker. It gives you 35 storage rather than 15. So what we're going to do, we're just going to wait for the items to unlock rather than just wasting time trying to unlock items. Eventually we're going to open up food growers as well, but we're going to need a lot more power in order to do so. So we're going to run off into the Iridium Mine, and what we're going to do before we go there, what we want is a living compartment door, and at least a beacon to go down there with. So if we grab 3 iron, we haven't got any titanium, we'll have to gather it on the way, and a silicon, that will give us at least that. And then we want the same thing, so we'll grab another silicon, an aluminium, and possibly, and yep. So we're going to need to gather some titanium along the way just to be able to do that, because like I said before, we're going to unlock these little we're going to place resource drop points along the way, so that if we're ever in that area, we can drop resources that we're going to collect. And we may as well do that along the way, because it means that once we set up drills, we're then going to be able to use the site to drop stuff that we get from the drills in that location, and then take the stuff back. It will just make life a little bit easier, because what we're going to do with the drill system is we're going to take the iridium back with us, we're going to take iron, we're going to take the various different bits and pieces. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk to this area here. Let me go outside a sec, I need to take a picture of the site. So obviously in the guide you know where you're going to. Just come out a little bit further. That will do. And then what we're going to do, we're going to come into this area here, and just on the side by where those rocks are on the floor, we're going to build a 1x1 living compartment. I'm just going to wait for it to turn green a sec. And then, why does that seem so off place? That's better. And then what we'll do, we'll add a door, and then we've got somewhere inside now where we can drop resources off, and we can also you know, where we can drop some resources whenever we need to. So for argument's sake, we're full up, and we're also going to create a beacon. We're going to make these ones green, and then we're going to call this Iridium Mine 1. So each one will be named, and green are going to be for mine shafts, and red's going to be for home elements, and I believe blue is for resource elements. So when we're inside, we're going to start finding iridium on the floor. we're also going to find aluminium. So what we're going to do while we're here, we're going to try and collect some of the iridium, some of the aluminium, because you know we don't have a lot of it, so that's the only thing that we really want to gather here, and also the boxes. So there are 3 boxes inside this location. Hopefully we'll find some microchips in them. You may have already found some, but I've been unfortunate not to find any. I've had 2 so far out of the boxes that I've actually unlocked. So we're going to come up that walkway there, and then we're going to walk across this bridge here, and then walk across this one, and right on the floor at the back is our first box. You got the location markers there, so get rid of that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to run back to that drop point a second, because while we're here we may as well collect everything we can, get all the iridium, all the aluminium. Obviously I won't, because obviously I'm going to continue on with the video, but I will come back after the video's done and collect the rest of it. The idea is there. So what we're going to do, we're going to build storage containers inside, and we're just going to put all of the items that we found inside said boxes. Going to need more iron. This just means we can be very selective at the items that we bring back, and also we can store items inside as well. We're personally going for iridium because iridium is something that we can't actually produce at the moment, so we can only literally use it when we find it. So we're going to come up back to where we were previous. We're going to come around the side of that rock there. We're going to jump up on this rock and keep jumping up, and then we're going to walk to the very back of the area, and right by this stone here you'll see your golden chest. So we'll collect what's inside, which now means we can have 3 oxygen tanks on top. We're then going to carry on back to where we came from, and we're going to unlock the last box inside this location. Hopefully we'll find a microchip. If not, it doesn't really matter. The next site's going to be the crash ship, so we should find some lovely little items there too. So we'll take those and then we'll dash back. And as a rule of thumb at the moment, I'm keeping my terraformation numbers very low, and the reason being, it just gives me a chance to explore different areas, bring back resources, etc, etc, along the way, because I don't want to unlock too much too quickly and overwhelm myself with building new items. So, and I recommend you do exactly the same thing, because the last thing you want to do is end up having to, you know, go through lots of different processes because you built too quickly. You may as well just wait out the storm with me. If you want to obviously progress faster, that's up to you, but I like to progress at a slower pace than others because I like to be able to explore those areas that I haven't, you know, and get all the boxes and various other bits and pieces, so I don't end up getting overwhelmed with building different things basically. So while we're on the subject, I am going to just fill myself up with iridium, just collecting as much as I possibly can, and obviously aluminium, because again aluminium is something that we haven't got a lot of at this precise moment until we unlock drills, so we're only really going to find it in areas where it appears. This is one of those areas where it will appear, so if we can find iridium and aluminium along the way, we'll collect that, more than what we'll collect anything else. And then what we're going to do, we're going to run back to the Iridium Mine, and feel free to completely empty this place of its resources. They will come in handy, hence the reason why I put down these Iridium Mines, or the drop points. It's so you can clear out areas and gather resources that will help you maintain yourself further down the line. Now what I am going to do, I'm going to start transporting the items I personally want to take back with me first, which are going to be pretty much my microchip. So I'm going to take my microchip back with me, and that's the only item. I'm going to take the iridium and the aluminium. I will come back and gather more and transport it back, but I probably won't do that in the video. As long as you've brought them back home, that's all that really counts. You don't need to watch me do that bit. It's just too long-winded. So this is where I'm going to basically upgrade things like our solar panels and see if I can unlock better items. Obviously the more and the better solar panels you've got, the more obviously things like you know, heat and bits and pieces that you can unlock and build more of. And that's the point. We want to boost our terraforming numbers at every episode, so that at least we can progress quicker to the next level. And at this very precise moment, let's go and unlock our chip and see what we get. Microchip compass. I don't believe, oh yes we do actually. We can actually unlock this, so we need titanium, silicon and magnesium. I do believe. And another thing I'm going to do very quickly is just upgrade this. So I'm going to destroy that and use one of these bigger storage containers and call it space food. So we're going to upgrade all of these storage containers eventually. For now we won't bother, but if you, I won't bother during the video, but by the time I get to the next one, all my boxes will be upgraded to better boxes as well. So just take that in and bear that in mind. I'm not going to set up food for now because we don't really need it. We do to a certain degree, but I prefer building those in at least 4s. I like to build everything in 4s. And to be fair, at this precise moment, the food that we've got is very minimal. And we can just use the space food for now. I'm not that bothered. So, but if you want to, that means you're going to have to find an area where you can build it. Unfortunately, I haven't got more space unlocked for building for food in, and I certainly don't really have the power for it either. So what I'm going to do now is I want to upgrade our solar panels, so I've got more of it. I want to get that communications antenna open, get the transmission screen opened as well, and on top of that I really want to push for T3 drills, T3 heaters and oxygen veggie tubes T3, which are coming soon. So it's a case of I need to really get more stuff. So what we'll do, oh god, I'm going to need some ice for that. But to be fair, I'm going to need to upgrade my solar panels first. So from those solar panels, I just need magnesium and aluminium for that. So if I take 4 magnesium and say 4 aluminium, what I'll do is I'll upgrade those now. I'll top up on food and water very quickly. So rather than doing them all, I'm going to just do the first 2. So I'm going to get rid of them first, and then I'm going to replace them with the bigger ones, which makes for an even better upgrade. And I can do 2 more on top, but eventually I will have all of them done the same way. So let's just put that one there, and that one there. And that's those upgraded. Well, now that just basically means that I've got an even bigger pile of power to use, so that I can progress 53. So that's a good sign. So we'll take the ice, some iron, magnesium and silicon. We'll take that 3rd golden seed and we'll build that 2nd veggie tube, our 3rd veggie tube. That will push our oxygen numbers a little bit higher, so we're now on 17.28. It's not a big number, but it's a lot better than what we were producing beforehand. We're really looking to get the veggie tube T3s unlocked, so that will give us more oxygen so that we can eventually open the T3 heaters on top. Unfortunately, we're going to need to upgrade the T3 veggie tubes first and then unlock the T3 heaters, but it's not a major big deal. And at the moment we're going towards the T3 drills, which is coming down very soon from the heat production, so we could add more heat along the way. Considering we've actually got the iridium, let's have another 2 of those. So we want aluminium on top, iron, silicon, and titanium. I need titanium. Again, titanium. Always titanium or iron. Luckily there is some just round the corner, so I am going to pick up a few of it. May as well just go for titanium, just so then I can get some in stock. We got T3 drills. Brilliant. So we're actually going to get rid of that little tiny one there, just simply because we may as well for now. Should mean, yep, 18, that's fine by me, I'm happy with that. So the pressure is slightly higher, so we're going to unlock the we're going to start using the better drills. So we need aluminium again, probably only going to need 3 for this, no offense, but they're quite powerful. So what do we need? Just iron. So we take one of these down. pressure is up to 23. So what we could do is start getting rid of some of the others because we're just not going to need them. If we bring that number down, it's better for us in the long run. So that's what I'm going to do now. So let's install some of this. So we need to bring that number down a bit. So get rid of 2 of these and see what that does. There we go. Yeah, we'll leave it there because we don't want to destroy too much, because we're looking at we're looking to get an upgrade of heater. So but you have to bear in mind the T3 heater does produce a lot of heat, so probably only going to need to use one of those to produce enough heat, whereas we're probably going to end up having to up the pressure and up the oxygen. So we're going to need to find some more oxygen seeds for that. But then saying that, we're close to unlocking VeggieTubes 3, so we've got that in mind, so it's not really much of a big deal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end this video and then we'll start doing all that in the next one, because we don't want this one to drag out, and there's not much to unlock in the next video anyway, so it's only going into spaceship. So what I'm going to do in between is I'm just going to upgrade all of my storage boxes along the way very quickly, and possibly unlock some more locations. So I'm going to take that and unlock this box and that box on top, just so I've got some more space inside. So we'll do that very quickly. I'll grab 6 of this, 3 of those. And this was the idea plan anyway, of having a 2x6. So it's just, I don't, what on earth has happened there? Why on earth would you need to make them slanted for? Bit of a strange upgrade to the game, but never mind. Right, so we've now unlocked some more areas to work with, so we can put like T3 heaters and more like stuff in, so it's not a major big deal, but it just allows us to have more space to work in. So I'm going to leave it there, and I shall see you in the next video. Ciao guys.